Hey guys, it's Drea. So today I have my best of for the year, part one. So last year I think I split it up into like eyes and lips, face, all that kind of stuff. But this year I thought I really want to just do high-end favorites and drugstore favorites. And that way, if you guys that are guided by a budget, if you want to just watch one or the other, I think that would be a little bit of a better way for me to do it this year. So that's what I'm doing. So today I'm going to do my high-end best of 2017 makeup. Now, a little bit of a caveat. I don't know if you could tell. I'm pretty sure you can. I'm having a crazy time with my under eyes right now. I don't know if I'm having an allergic reaction to something. I thought I had a chemical burn, but it's spreading to the other eye now, and I don't know what's going on. So I know that my under eyes look seriously screwed up, and I'm sorry, I can't figure out how to really cover it up without it looking this way. So I know you're taking like makeup advice from somebody who looks like this right now, but it's just, that's what's happening. So unless I just want to like wait an entire week or something and wait to see if it's gonna clear up, I figured I would just slap on some makeup today and do this video for you. So there's your little caveat, but I just want to talk about my high-end favorites for the year, and there were quite a few. I went back and I watched like every haul. I didn't watch them all the way through, you know, I like fast forwarded, but you know, I wanted to see, okay, what did I pick this year? I went through all my favorites from this year. What did I choose this year as favorites? Because I don't want to be repetitive, you know, you can always go watch last year's stuff, but there was so much good makeup this year. So let's just start talking about it. I know a lot of you have been with me for a long time, and you know, there's no rhyme or reason or numbered system to this, but I think you're gonna know what I'm gonna say first right off the bat. These are the product of the year for me. Like, honestly, there hasn't been a week that I haven't worn one of these. Now, I have 4 of them, and they just released new colors. Actually, I have 5. I just bought another one. Yeah, see? Anyway, I love these so much. The Stila Magnificent Metal Glitter and Glow Eyeshadow. So if you don't know what these are, it's basically glitter in a bottle, the best glitter product ever invented. And it comes out of the little bottle with a little paddle. And you can just put it right on top of your eyeshadow look, which is what I did today. So all of the shine on my eyelid is, which one is it? It is Sunset Cove. Yeah, it's Sunset Cove, which I think was a limited edition one. I kind of like that they've done some limited edition ones, and only because I hope that they continue to do new colors all the time, because they're basic shadows. There's like 8 of them, I think, and they're all various versions of silvers and golds and bronzes and rose golds and, you know, just kind of neutrals. But I think it's fun when they brought in some colors. They're just so easy to use. There's no fallout. There's no crazy glitter everywhere, using glitter glues and getting glitter all over your face and that kind of stuff. They're just so simple. Let's talk about some more shiny products. The mind-blown product of the year for me was definitely Lancome highlighters. You know, I love me some highlighters. When they came out with these highlighters, I wanted to see them. I wanted to know what they were about. But there's nothing about this little compact that screamed to me, you need it, until I went in store and swatched it. And then I was just like dying over how beautiful this is. So this is the highlighter that I'm wearing today. It's super intense. This is Sparkling Peach right here. Now, they have 5 other ones. This is one that definitely impressed me the most. This highlighter is now Holy Grail status. Like, this is top 2 Holy Grail highlighters ever of all time. So I really love this. Look at how shiny this is. You could definitely sheer it out more with a brush, and you can intensify it by putting it on with a finger and then just blending it out a little bit with a brush. So that's kind of why I really like it. It's a very thick formula. Like, when you swatch it, you can feel it's not light. It's very thick on your finger. But I mean, I like it. I like it. But this is definitely like shocked me, surprised me. I couldn't believe it when I started using it and loving it. And then they came out with these for holidays, which the packaging did nothing for me. It's called the Glow For It palette. There's also a purple version. This is what it looks like. The packaging is cardboard, which I was just like, really, Lancome? Come on now. You know, like, they didn't drop their prices because of the cardboard packaging, let me tell you. But this is Rose Twinkle, and the highlighters in here, gorgeous, beautiful, just as nice as Sparkling Peach. Like, who knew Lancome would be the go-to for highlighters this year? Like, I couldn't have told you that at the beginning of 2017. But I love those. I hope that they continue to do amazing stuff like that. And then I think you're also gonna know the other sparkly highlighters that I love. So from Dior, this is the year that I picked up 002 and 001. Now this is technically a 2016 product, but I didn't get my hands on it till 2017, and that's how I'm treating all of these, not necessarily things that launched this year, but things that I started using in 2017. So this is 002. Absolutely holy grail of all time highlighter. This is my absolute favorite highlighter. So this is Dior right here, and then this is Lancome. And I'm sorry, but I am recording at night tonight, so the lighting is not as good, but I think you can still kind of see it there. And then right up here is 001 from Dior. So you can see 002 is definitely more intense. 001 is definitely more subtle. And so depending on what you like, pick one or the other or pick both like I did, but I really love them both. I've really been enjoying 001 as like kind of more everyday, but 002 is just absolutely perfection. I love it to death. Okay, now, under eyes. Speaking of how crazy my under eyes are, but this concealer this year has definitely been like a real favorite. It definitely surprised me. I picked it up just because I like testing concealers, and I didn't really know what to expect, but I've really enjoyed this. I think it's great. This is the YSL All Hours Concealer. Now, I tried the foundation. It didn't make my best of list because, I don't know, I just don't think it's worth the money. It's not like anything spectacular, but I do really think this concealer is worth the money. Like, it is definitely full coverage. It lasts all day, it doesn't crease, like it's everything you want in a concealer, and it's pretty lightweight even though it gives you a lot of coverage. So I've definitely been loving this a lot. Like, there's nothing special about it, it's just a regular doe foot applicator, but the product is what counts and I really love it. So in the spring, when the VIB sale came along, NARS released this palette called the Loaded palette. Now this is limited edition. You may be able to get it in certain places still. I've heard Ulta still has it, but it definitely was limited edition. But this has been just my absolute go-to favorite neutral palette of the entire year. It's really spectacular. Like, the mattes just perform so well. You always know what you're gonna get with these mattes. They just blend easily. They're always there for you. You know, they don't let you down. And then the metallics are just so much fun. So here's just a couple swatches there. There's 3 of the mattes. You could see, like, they're just nicely pigmented. And then the metallics are just so nice and a lot of fun and just beautiful lid shades there. So I'm not necessarily throwing this in to be like, you need to get this, but I want to just shout out NARS because they're doing great things with eyeshadow. This one right here, Wanted, is the one they just came out with. Now, granted, I haven't used this one a ton, but I've used it enough. Like, since I got this, I used it like probably at least 10 times in the last... When did I get this? I don't know, month? Anyway, I've used it a ton so far. And this is just a really nice pinky everyday kind of version of that one, where that one is a lot more neutral. But these lid shades here, like all these metallics, they just have a little bit something different to them. Here are all of the more sparkly and glittery shades from this palette, all of the kind of what I would describe as lid shades. I think you could tell there's some more that are more glittery, one that is like a true satin, one that is definitely a little bit duochrome. Like, there's something a little bit different about each of these. And I just wanted to include NARS in general as a favorite of this year, like NARS eyeshadow in general, because I think if you would have gone back a year in time and if you would have asked most people on YouTube in the beauty community, what do you think about NARS eyeshadow? It probably would have been like very hit and miss. So last year, Bare Minerals launched a whole line of lip products called the Gen Nudes. And this year they kind of released a more limited liquid lipstick line, and it's called the Statement Mattes. And they do have mattes in their Gen Nude line, but the Statement Mattes are, as you guessed, statement colors and matte. So I have 3 shades here. This one is Devious, OMG, and then VIP. So I have 2 full size and I got a little mini in a gift set. I have another one somewhere, I don't know where it is. But anyway, I've always loved this line of liquid lip colors. Like, even in their Gen Nude formula, they are amazing liquid lipsticks. They are comfortable. They are not fully transfer proof. Like, they will rub off, but they're those kind of liquid lipsticks that will dry down, and like if you kiss somebody, you're not going to leave a big lip print on them, but over time throughout the day they will kind of rub down a little bit. I prefer comfort over longevity, and these I feel like you get comfort and a certain amount of longevity. Not as much, but still a good amount, and I love the colors. They also smell incredible. Like, They smell like chocolate milkshakes. So definitely one of my favorite lip products of this year. Before my weird issues that I've been having with my under eye came along, I was definitely enjoying this eye cream. Now I don't think this it has anything to do with what's going on in my eyes, because I have used this now since the springtime. But I definitely want to talk about the Kate Somerville Plus Retinol Firming Eye Cream, because this is just really good if you want to prevent aging. So this has retinol in it, and you need to figure out if that works for you or not. I use retinol products on my entire face in different ways, shapes, and forms. But this I like because there are very few eye creams that have retinol in them. And I always have been responding really well to this, and it's really good for preventing aging. Again, don't know what my issue is right now, but I will figure it out, hopefully. Next, these are just like very kind of make you feel good products, make you feel like you're pampering yourself kind of products. These are both from Nooks. So this is the multi-purpose dry oil. It says it's for face, body, and hair, but I only ever use it on my body. I love using this on my legs after I shower. You can see I've used a ton of this. The scent is incredible. It leaves a tiny little shimmer behind. Nothing crazy, but like in the summer, it kind of makes you glow, which is nice. And then same with this. This is the Precious Scented Shower Oil. So it's like a shower gel basically, but it smells divine. I always feel like I'm doing something really nice for myself when I use this. And again, it leaves just the tiniest little glow. I have a primer here that is a favorite of mine from this year. This is the Becca Velvet Blurring Primer. The packaging on this could use some work, I'll be honest. It does kind of spray out kind of everywhere, so my advice would be to spray it into your hand as a cup, like cup your hand, because it kind of wants to go everywhere. It's like a pure liquid, but once you put it on your skin, it dries to this, like, it's called velvet. It dries to this velvet touch finish, and it's so lightweight on the skin. It's just incredible. This is choking me, guys. This is why I don't wear like stuff up to my neck, because it chokes me out. Anyway, this primer is so good if you want to blur out pores. I really love it. Okay, next product is a product that I actually don't have right here. It's downstairs with all my hair stuff. The IGK Texture Spray, you guys, is amazing. If you have hair that lacks body and volume, go get you some of this. It will do amazing things for the volume of your hair. Like if you want to have curls that last all day, you know, do your curling iron routine, spray some of this in it, and your hair will just be voluminous, and it will just be crazy big, amazing, like Victoria's Secret volume hair the entire day. I love it. I've gone through a couple bottles of it already. It's my favorite hair product of the year. So that is a huge recommendation. Just a little fun thing that surprised me and I really like are the Huda Beauty lip strobes. Packaging is so cute on this, but they are like these really metallic lip glosses. Bougie and Angelic. This one is in the shade Bougie. You can see like it's just got this intense reflect to it, which is really nice. All the colors are really pretty, so just pick one that you think will be great for you. But I was really impressed with these this year. They're comfortable. They don't do that weird gross stickiness, and they smell really good. So another eyeshadow palette that surprised the heck out of me this year was this. This is the Sephora Pro Editorial palette, and the editorial one is the one that is super duper colorful. These palettes are actually like really good, heavy, like hefty weight, and they have a huge mirror in them. I really like how they did these. I just feel like they're very kind of makeup artist. I am not one, but I feel like they are very kind of makeup artist friendly. I love the mattes in this palette. It's kind of hard to find really intensely pigmented but still blendable crazy colored mattes in eyeshadow palettes. Like, you can find some really colorful eyeshadow palettes and sometimes they'll be really lacking in pigment, but like, look at this, it's amazing. And here's just a kind of a selection of some of the metallic and glitter shades. The two criticism I have about this palette is the mattes do tend to be really powdery, so they are going to kick up a lot. You definitely have to do your eyeshadow first, tap off your brush. And the second criticism is some of these glitter shades have a ton of fallout. So I would, again, do your eyeshadow first, but also maybe use a little bit of glitter glue on certain shadows. And I think you'll get the hang of it. Once you kind of play with it a little bit, you'll know what products to use with what. So there's a tiny learning curve, but really in the end, it's super worth it if you want to do some really cool looks. Because like, look at this palette. If you're open to just kind of creativity, it's really fun. Now, perfume is going to be a super personal thing, but this was the year of fragrance for me. I went from having just a couple fragrances last year to like this boom in my collection where I can't get enough fragrance. And two very recent, this is actually the most recent one, but another recent purchase I actually think are probably my two favorites of the year. This one is Dior Poison Girl. You guys, literally, I think I've had this for a week and a half. Look at how much I have used this. I have been using this nonstop every single day. I'm gonna go through it way faster than I could possibly ever want to. I love it. It's very intoxicating. It's very sweet. I'll link to the notes for both of these scents below because I'm very bad at explaining them. But it's so funny, like my two favorites of the year, one is called Girl and one is called Woman. Like how funny is that? And I don't know if you know this, but the name Andrea means womanly. So that's kind of funny too. Anyway, this is Ralph Lauren Woman. The packaging on this is so cool. Like it's just got this little flip up here. Again, I've had this not for very long and I've used a ton of it. Like, I know you might look at that and think it's not a lot, but you know, like you don't need to use a ton of sprays of perfume every day. So that's quite a bit for me. I love this. It's again, very heavy. This one is more heavy than this. This is a little bit more lightweight and kind of that youthful girliness, whereas this is definitely like sexy woman come get me kind of perfume, you know what I mean? I love both of them so, so much. So again, perfume very personal, but those two I have to mention because they're my favorite. Another surprising product, and this one I don't hear very many people talk about, maybe anybody, I don't know. This is the Hoola Quickie Contour Stick from Benefit. So this is a cream contour. It's basically just a little tube of contour and you just put it on after your foundation before you powder and you can just blend it out and your contour looks so natural. Like I've really fallen in love with cream contouring because I feel like it really does make your contour look natural. Next favorite, quick shout out, just the Pearl palette from Casey Holmes and Smashbox. I know a couple of you bought this on my recommendation. I really hope you're enjoying it. I have heard from you that you like it. I think a lot of people didn't buy this or weren't impressed by the hand swatches because it doesn't swatch well. It really doesn't. But it looks so gorgeous on the skin. Like it doesn't look like a natural highlight. It's still a beaming glow, but it looks just really like it is part of you. And I think that's why I really like it. So if you haven't tried it, maybe, I don't know if you're like adverse to just going out and buying it, but if you're in a Sephora and you're not wearing highlight that day, maybe just get them to put it on you or something. But if you try it, you will like it. You will. Next favorite, this is the second tub of this for the year for me. This is the Soap & Glory Sugar Crush Body Scrub. So amazing. First of all, it's just the right amount of grit for an exfoliator for your body. It's not too much and not too little, which is number one important thing, but also the scent is incredible. Like it just smells like lime sweet margarita. It smells so good. So just quick mention to that. Another favorite primer this year is the NARS Smooth and Protect Primer. NARS came out with a bunch of new primers this year. This one I am so impressed with. Number one, because it has SPF 50 in it, which is great just to get SPF wherever you can in your makeup. Like you should wear an SPF regardless, just as part of your daily routine, but there's nothing wrong with getting some more of it in your primer and foundation. So that's great, but it also really fills in pores really well. Next eyeshadow I'm going to mention is, you knew it was coming, all of my Natasha Denona stuff. So this is kind of an array of different options you can get from Natasha Denona. Like, I feel like I've been talking about this forever, but really I got this in my Beautylish Lucky Bag at the very beginning of 2017 and I've been using it and loving it to death this year. So this is the eyeshadow palette 5, which means 5 pans, but it's the number 10. So there's a bunch of versions of this. The gold in here is absolutely stunning. Like you can't ask for a better gold than that. It's so gorgeous. And then this purple in here has always been super impressive. Like again, a matte purple. It doesn't happen that you can just go out and find an amazing matte purple. One of you had asked me like to tell you what my favorite Natasha Denona was, and I think I had said like this one first and then this one second and then this one third, and I guess you took that to mean that I didn't like this one, but no, that's not true. It's just it ranks third in my order of all of these. This is the new Lila palette. So this is an array of purples and pinks and it's really beautiful. I love purple eyeshadow. I think you know that if you follow me. Like These purples in here, there is nothing wrong with them. Like, it's really gorgeous. That is a really nice kind of bluish purple. I know it's not gonna really come across on the camera because cameras do weird things with purple sometimes, but there is just something really special about these satins in here. They're really gorgeous. The only downside I really have to this is that I feel like some of these shades are very similar. Like this shade here and this shade here are almost exactly the same. So I really feel like they could have done something different there. And then again, these two shades are very, very, very similar. So some of the mattes are very similar, and I feel like this isn't as cohesive maybe as some of the other palettes, but this one here, the green brown palette, the Mac Daddy, again, nobody expects you to go out and spend this much on it. I got lucky and got it at a good deal, and otherwise I probably wouldn't have bought it. But if you are going to treat yourself to an extremely expensive eyeshadow palette, this would be a great one to do it with. I really love the greens in here, and I have always loved green eyeshadow, but it doesn't always work on me because I have green eyes. Sometimes it doesn't, I don't know, it just plays weirdly off each other. But you can see like those greens are super beautiful. I would say if you are just wanting to dip your toe in, just go for one of these. Just go for one of the 5-pan palettes. Yeah, it's still an investment, but it's nowhere near the amount of money that you're gonna pay for one of the bigger palettes, and you're still gonna get so much enjoyment out of it. Next eyeshadow is ridiculously, redonkulously expensive. And yeah, I mean, I did it and I don't regret it by any means because it's definitely a favorite, but I'm not saying you have to go out and buy an expensive eyeshadow like this. Like this whole palette right here is the cost of this here. But this is Bitter Clove from Victoria Beckham, Estee Lauder, the collaboration that they did together. You guys, I wore this every day for a week recently. I could not stop wearing it, and you're gonna look at this swatch and be like, what is she on? There's a swatch there. I know it's nothing special on the swatch, but I wear this just over Painterly Paint Pot with like just some kind of matte light brown in the crease, and this all over my lid. And what happens is it starts out a little bit more intense. I like to build it up to this point, and throughout the day it just fades. It fades to the most beautiful nude shade. And I know you're going like, well, it fades. Why would you be excited about that? But let me tell you, the way this fades is so cool because it fades and it leaves all that sparkle on your lids, and then it just looks like nude sparkle all over your eyelids. I know you might say I'm crazy. Whatever. I love it. I think it's spectacular. It's one of my favorite things of the year. So I'm just still going to continue to sing its praises, but it's okay if you don't believe me or you don't like it either. But yeah, I love that eyeshadow. Next thing is this bronzer from Becca. They came out with a bunch of bronzers this summer. This one in particular is called Ballet Sands. I don't know if all of the other ones have shimmer and or sparkle, but I swatched all of them and I did not love any of the other ones. This is the only one I really liked. And as you can tell, I've given it a lot of use. Like those swirls are kind of like flattened out a lot. It's not fully matte. It's not, there's definitely no shimmer in it, but it has kind of a luminous finish to it. So I would say it's kind of a satin finish, but definitely no shimmer in it. And it's just the perfect shade for me in the winter time. So I really have been loving this bronzer, and it just blends so effortlessly too. One more lip product, the YSL lip stains. They're actually called the Tatouage Couture Matte Stain. So I've got 3 shades. I've got a darker and 2 kind of mid-tone shades. I have this one here on right now. This is number 7 on my lips, which is just like a perfect everyday neutral shade. Now the thing that is amazing about these is they are so lightweight and thin, and when you put it on you're like, is something even on my lips? But so lightweight and thin, yet they last all day long and they are actually comfortable, which who knew that was even possible with liquid lips? That is it for all my definite favorites, but I have to do one honorable mention, and that's only because I haven't been able to play with this as much as I would have liked to actually say it's a honest to goodness favorite and best of. But this is the Saint and Sinner palette from Kat Von D. I did use it quite a bit when I first got it. I used it like that entire week, and then I did a video on it, but I haven't picked it up since then. And I just I have so much eyeshadow that I've been trying to use, and I don't wear a lot of eyeshadow to work, so I haven't been using as much of my stuff as I normally would. But as you can see, it's got absolutely gorgeous packaging. Like the whole church door stained glass motif is really beautiful. She does good packaging. Kat Von D gives good packaging. And I really do like the colors in here. There's a few shades in here that are just spectacularly amazing. I know I keep using that word. This is one of the best gold eyeshadows I've ever seen. Like, it's a true yellow gold. It's not like a, I don't know, a muted gold, but it's bright yellow gold. They are so pigmented. I have always loved her eyeshadows in terms of like how they perform with blending. They're so easy to use. I would say this is not a palette for beginners. This is definitely for somebody who A, has the time to fool around with it and kind of get to know it and experiment with it and maybe fail a couple times, because there were a couple times I used this where I hated the looks that I got from it. But that's because I really didn't understand how to pair certain things. And also, some of these colors look different in the pan than they do on the lid. Like this brown here called Crucifix, I would expect that that would be a beautiful chocolatey brown and it would look that way on your eyes. But really, it kind of blends out to this smoky gray black, which I don't love. So that's why for me, this is only an honorable mention and it's not yet like a favorite, but I do love a lot of things about it. I think it makes you super creative. Some people don't like the layout of it. I don't hate it. I definitely think it makes you kind of have to look at it for a while before you just pick some colors. Like, you have to actually get to know it. And then again, the glitter shades, like, they're very chunky and they are glitter. They're not like shades to use on their own. So they're really topper shades and you kind of have to figure out when you want to use them. So I do love it. I'm so glad I own it. It's not as easy to use as maybe like the Mi Vita Loca palette was. So there is my best of 2017 for all my high-end products. I am definitely doing a drugstore version. Don't worry, that will be coming as soon as I have time to film it. And it's almost as long as this one. There's a lot of products in there too. You guys know that I love all makeup, not just high-end. So there you go. I hope that you loved this. I hope that I give you some good information. I want to thank you for making this such a great year on my channel. It's really because of you guys that I am where I am on YouTube, and it feels really good. So thank you so much for a wonderful year. I hope that you're having a great day. I hope that you're speaking kindly to yourself. I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.